series of 6 rhythm games developed by Choice Provisions back in 2009 on WiiWare. From 2009 to 2011, these games were released, and all of these games are unique in their own ways and all rhythm games. But they're all in the same series, and they're all about birth, life, and death of our friend Commander Video. The BIT.TRIP series is kind of overlooked, and I kind of wanted to bring attention to it. I've not seen anyone in my school who knows it, and I'm kind of a bit sad about it. So here we are making a video on it. The first game of the series is BIT.TRIP Beat. BIT.TRIP Beat is Pong styled. BIT.TRIP Beat, like most BIT.TRIP games, contains 3 levels, around 15 to 20 minutes each, with there being no checkpoints. And it was the first game out of the series to feature our friend Commander Video, who is basically the mascot of this series. There are 3 levels in each game, except Fate with the inclusion of 6 levels. So BIT.TRIP Beat's levels are Transition, the first level, introducing us to the game. Descent, where Commander Video enters conception and is past the point of no return. And the final level, Growth, all about Commander Video's brain, how it develops, and also the stage of the next game, BIT.TRIP Core. Speaking of BIT.TRIP Core, BIT.TRIP Core was released a few months later, as also in 2009, along with Void another few months later. BIT.TRIP Core plays like some sort of old classic video game that you'd find in arcade. Not surprised, since all these are retro elemented. BIT.TRIP Core is more enclosed and trapping in this. You see, in BIT.TRIP Core, it's all about Commander Video's life, his bones, muscles, exploration, and also his creativity. It's all about him learning. BIT.TRIP Core is actually kind of it's a more difficult game compared to BIT.TRIP Beat, with more challenging and confusing puzzles, and also a bit more content than usual, a bit more story. See, we're not going to look at the story in this video, but I'll make a separate video with the story. I mean, it's 8:47 when saying this right now. Welcome to time travel. BIT.TRIP Core also includes 3 levels. Discovery, the first level, which also introduces you to the game and takes a look at Commander Video's bones, muscles, and organs, and basically everything that makes him work. Exploration, the darker, more depressing and ominous tone of the level, along with its music. And finally, Control, which embraces the creativity of Commander Video. BIT.TRIP Void is a more open, free game, where you actually get to go around the screen as a black void, collecting black beats and avoiding white ones. BIT.TRIP Void has 3 levels: id, ego, super ego. All being about Commander Video's full personality. In BIT.TRIP Void, Commander Video goes from a more greedy and pretty much selfish nature to a more open, vastly friendly nature of personality. Now we have BIT.TRIP Runner, which is a different game. Well, quite a lot different. You see, BIT.TRIP Runner is split into zones this time. 3 zones, roughly around 15 minutes each if you were to complete them all at the same time. However, this time there's 11 levels and a boss in each zone. The 3 zones are Impetus, also, or as how I like to say, Impetus, Tenacity, and also Triumph. And unlike the last few games where you'd only have one song for a level and 8 different stages, in this case, BIT.TRIP Runner has 5 modes, which are Hyper, Mega, Super, Ultra, Extra, and you have to collect cores to mode up, as well as 2 songs for odd and even numbered levels. Now we move on to the dark, more depressing tone of BIT.TRIP Fate, which is a more bullet hell styled game. BIT.TRIP Fate is more bullet hell and pretty dark. BIT.TRIP Fate is actually kind of a reference to Void. Again, you avoid certain beats and you collect cores to move yourself up. Where have I seen that before? Oh yeah, and you get to move around quite a bit online, and you get to destroy stuff. Finally, we have the game in the series that is my personal favourite. Excluding Runner 2 and Runner 3, we have Trip Flux. Again, my favourite game in the series, unless you count Runner 2. Anyway, Trip Flux features, again, 3 levels, although this time there are checkpoints. And you may be thinking, oh, the developers are going easy on this. Well, yes, but the catch is no. See, in Trip Flux, the cutscenes are actually all about command video, blah blah blah. However, the final level, which is Home, which you can only play after beating Catharsis, actually has game over at the end. So it wouldn't make sense to get game over mid-game and that not be the end of the game. So that's why you restart a stage every time you drop down to Nether and go past it, which then restarts the entire stage, like I said. So now, we'll move on to Epiphany, Perception, Catharsis, as well as the 4th level after Catharsis known as Home. Epiphany is mainly just a beginning level with a track that must be followed, and once you get to Meta, the new mode, you'll see a glance at the solar system and how it all works. Perception is all about Commander Video's growth, looking at it from the outside. Finally, we have Catharsis. Catharsis is the final level, and it's all about transition, first level beat, but we get to see it from a different perspective. For instance, we get to see the planet again, however it looks quite vastly different, and we also get to see a meteorite, however this time it has all the 5 BIT.TRIP colours. So, do I recommend BIT.TRIP? Well, damn right I do. BIT.TRIP is incredible. But what's the story? Well, like I said earlier, we'll be looking at that in another video. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. What is BIT.TRIP? I'll be covering the story soon in a future video, but I would like to thank you all for watching and liking and possibly subscribing, as well as maybe joining my Discord server. I'd also like to say, buy this game. Buy it! You can get the game on PS4, or you can get the Saga of games on 2DS, 3DS, Wii, WiiWare, although you can't really get it anymore on WiiWare because WiiWare shut down a long time ago. You can get this game on PS4, still not Xbox, PC, Mac, Linux, possibly, I'm not quite sure. You can't get these on Chromebooks, I'm not surprised. Anyway, this game is on lots of different platforms, Xbox not included, same with Chrome OS. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Possibly consider joining my Discord server. And yeah, peace.